you catch? Oh, I'm blue, by the way.
Dabba D.
Just saying, I'm blue because as much as technical stuff, our lights want to be friends.
Yeah.
For some reason, and we just can't be asked. It's hot, and so we've already overran.
Warm.
So I'm blue this week. See if that changes the temperature of the thing. Yeah. So are you? Did you watch? Are you a fan of Bo Burnham?
I am. I really am, but I haven't caught it yet.
You just couldn't give a shit.
No.
I've
got stuff to do, but I've purposely stayed away from like reviews and stuff because I've seen trailers and things, and it seemed like an interesting concept of something he was trying out. So
that's just a good special.
Yeah.
I've seen reviews, but then we subscribe to different stuff, I guess, don't we?
Yeah.
And I think I saw the promo stuff when he was on his Instagram, but that was kind of
I saw that.
Kind of it. But it's well worth a watch if anyone has seen it, especially if you're. I think it's basically this show done very, very well. Just haven't done it. So it's Bo Burnham's normal stuff, but it's like it's good because it's the realization I had is one, it was really interesting everything that he does in it, and there's a lot of nice narrative stuff with it. But what made me think about it was not to hype it up too much, but it was like it's situations like this where like artists are meant to do stuff. So like when the lockdown was coming, it was everyone's like, oh no, got to do this, got to do that. And it's like no, if like artists are like self-isolate, cramped in a room for a long period of time, I could introspectively look at myself and try and figure stuff out. Let's art this bitch. It's like it felt a lot like that. So like not necessarily like an arty thing, but it was like, oh no, this is where the type of comedy it is obviously quite related to it. So it's good.
Well, that makes sense. Like I've found sort of more recently that if I put limitations on a project, it like that would technically kind of like cause problems. Like it actually kind of inspires new ideas. So like if I say like make an intimate scene constructed only of wide shots, like putting those kind of like just weird limitations on yourself, like it actually kind of inspires you to do something different, pulls more ideas out of yourself, rather than just kind of like looking at a blank page. I mean, like go.
Yeah, definitely like go with an idea of like say wide shots or something like that, rather than just let's just do what everyone else does. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There needs to be a slow focus in on a phone that just gets a text.
So having that limitation, but like I think there's a couple of guys that we like that have sort of made the most of that situation when like stand-ups were trying to do like stand-up comedy over Zoom, which I haven't watched it. I can't imagine it working. Conversely, you had Andrew Schultz who like just changed the medium a bit, of being like, well, there's no room, there's no laughter, so let's not leave any room for laughter and just make everything really quick fire. And he made just this kind of a stand-up show, but kind of a just social commentary and just really, really rapid fire.
Which is like a monologue basically. Jay Leno and stuff like that. But without the.
But he found a way to kind of like manipulate his art form to
turn your phone to the side. I don't get it, but fair enough.
Yeah,
branding. Okay,
it's just
makes sense.
Yeah,
fair enough.
He just wanted it to be widescreen. I think. I don't know.
Well, people are less likely to scroll if you stop them from scrolling. It's like, it makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's not shitty on him. It's just like, that was just the thing I remember people going mental about. It's like, oh, it makes you turn your phone over.
Well, that thing's not. Whoa. That's nothing.
Yeah. It's like, cool. People adapting to their environment and stuff like that. Innit?
Yeah.
I mean, you got a bobblehead, not a bobblehead. It's a bobblehead without the bobble, isn't it?
It doesn't bobble. It's
just a head.
We've already been through this. What are they called?
Heads.
No.
Funyuns.
I can't fucking remember what they are.
Well, you're wearing your socks in, which you maintain's normal. I don't know why you take it personally.
I don't take it personally. I find it weird that you do.
Well, I'm taking it personally, isn't it? I don't tell you about it. It's just criticism. It's hot, isn't it? I don't get socks anyway as a thing. Just like don't.
You never wear socks.
Your feet. No, just let you. One, partly because my feet. I've got large feet, and large socks are painful. Like they just don't fit. They're just not comfortable. So they just don't, fuck it. I'll just have feet.
This is one of the first times I've seen you ever wearing your trainers properly. Like, you normally wear them like sandals, where you just slip your foot in and the whole heel is fucking bent over. And that freaks me out.
Living on the edge freaks you out.
Yeah.
What if there's a gust of wind from the south?
You're ruining your shoes.
Oh no, they're designed to do that. The ones that do that.
Are they?
Yeah. They're not. They've got the yes. Yeah, the material they're made of is meant to be pliable. Like you can just swim in them,
right?
And run in them barefoot and stuff like that.
Still freaks me out. It's weird.
I don't know. I don't own that many shoes.
No,
I don't. Apparently, you can tell a lot about someone from their shoes.
I never thought I did, and then suddenly I've just been racking them up everywhere. Like it's from working at Tim. At the Tim Allen place, because I used to get a new
hardware store.
Yeah, we used to get a new pair of like steel toe shoes every couple of months, and be like either boots or trainers or stuff. And suddenly I've got a load of pairs of steel toe.
Fair enough.
Things. Yeah.
Fair enough. And a load of lumber, I'd assume.
Yeah.
Got lumber coming out my arse.
Lots of wood. Free wood,
always good. Used to steal it from. I think, I can't remember whether it was me or my neighbour who stepped on a nail when we were trying to build a tree house out of wood we found.
Went septic.
Yeah, something like that. Something happened.
Tetanus?
Maybe.
You ever had a tetanus shot? I've heard you meant to do that.
Yeah.
If you get bitten or if you get... if you...
I've been bitten.
If you scrape your hand on something rusty or whatever. Meant to get a tetanus shot. Never had one.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what it does. What is tetanus? Does it make things
it's
fall
an infection. Yeah, it's an blood infection, I think.
It's like gangrene. No,
I don't know.
It's a bit extreme.
Bad for you, I guess.
Yeah.
But I was a little subtle anti-vax. I haven't even had tetanus. There's an anti-vax. No, obviously not the anti-vax, but there's an anti-vax thing coming up. That's funny. Well, we have got a lot of stuff to get through, and we've got a time limit. You've got to put your milk bottles out.
I have. It's told me on all 4 screens. And my watch tells me now as well.
Quick! The milk! The bottles of milk, they're indoors, they need to be out.
Remind me in an
hour. 1 hour. Jesus Christ, now we really are on a time limit before the milk bottles need going out.
Yeah.
This is episode 244. This is the intro. We're on social media. Pulling Teeth Podcast on Facebook and at Pulling Teeth Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. If you fancy giving us a like and subscribe, we're on YouTube as well. If you want to see our lovely furry faces, then pop over there. But yeah, I've got lots and lots and lots to get through. So maybe we should just skip the bantery shit.
Can't limit it, maybe?
I've tried.
Have you?
Yeah.
Because I pick 5 every week and be like, that'll do.
Yeah, but I'm, in your words, prolific.
Yeah, no, you're prolific if you write it. Other people
this is all
wrote
written.
That shit.
It's all like processed and then noted and stuff. There's 14 pages.
Oh.
But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I also filter it as we go through, so I'm sure it's gonna be fine. But yeah, how are you, Steve?
All right. Well, I've only got 1 point. And I'll try and keep it quick. We went to see a dog over the weekend, and the dog was quite nice. But then we got attacked by another dog.
Excellent news.
Great.
So you're not going to get a dog.
Not going to get that one.
No, that one. We got no choice in the matter. It's connected to you by bite now.
Yeah.
So,
no, she was a bit too big for Vix. Like, she was a lot bigger than she was on the photos. And I love big dogs, but like, but mine and Vix's idea of what big is are very different. So because like I'm used to big being German Shepherds, and I
don't even see German Shepherds as big dogs.
Well,
a Great Dane, I guess, is massive.
Yeah, like the Great Dane is fucking huge, I guess. But yeah, big. But like, yeah, big just hits a certain threshold, and then it's just everything at that point is big. But like to her, a big dog is like anything bigger than a Cocker Spaniel, which is
why the hatred of big dogs.
Not hatred, just
not love.
No, it's not that. It's a worry of not being able to control them. I think for her, so it's strength. Like if they like take off and she's walking them, she's not confident that she'll be able to keep them under control. Which I understand.
I'm saying for small dogs, though, is the thing.
Yeah. But if like an actual like purebred sort of staffy, which is what we're after, isn't like a big dog. They're still strong, but they're not like
they're pretty small.
They're not huge. But this was like an Amstaff, so it's like American / staffy thing. So they're sort of like staffies, but they're actually quite tall. And it was just she was just a bit too big for her. She was really nice. Yeah, the RSPCA woman took us like down the road and then ran this like little residential block, and we were like walking up this gravel path, and this great big silhouette of this fucking massive boxer just like kind of popped out at the end of the driveway and started walking towards us. And when it was about halfway to it was like 50 yards, 100 yards away, the owner came out with handfuls of shopping and just yelled up, "He's not very good with other dogs." Which is like great for us. So this thing would like carried on walking towards us while she dropped her bag.
This is you not having a dog with you at the time.
This is us.
You're
this is us walking
the
the dog that we'd gone to see.
I thought the RSPCA woman was walking you.
Was walking with us. Yeah. And so like the dog came up to us, and the RSPCA woman was like, "Please don't attack them. Please don't bite them. Please don't."
I'm just gonna shut out some nerves. Please, see if the dog picks up on that. It's gonna be fine.
Like, oh, it's brilliant. Yeah, what a great idea that is.
Yeah.
Our dog, to be fair, was really submissive. Like she wasn't vicious at all, but like this one just fucking went for her and just fucking feet and teeth and shit everywhere. And it's like I pretty much got between them, and the RSPCA woman pulled her apart. But when you're going to see like a dog, and in your eyes,
you prefer it wasn't attacked.
I prefer it wasn't attacked. We weren't attacked. The whole situation wasn't attacked. Like that would be great. But like from Vix's perspective, like if you're already concerned you can't control the dog you've got, being able to control it also in a situation like that is a bit like that kind of just puts a kibosh on the thing. It's just like it's annoying because it's like that kind of experience is just going to be something that sits with her now.
Well, was it an attack, or was the dog playing?
No. Like
so there was blood.
The one that we were walking almost presented and did like a play bow, and the other one just fucking like lunged teeth around the neck and like just.
But like there was blood.
No, she got away all right, but
it could have just been playing.
Maybe, but
like that's the big thing that I've learned a lot of.
I've seen a fair few dogs like kind of playing and whatever, and like just this in combination with the fact that the woman was just like he doesn't like other dogs, like it just seemed it seemed very aggressive. I understand like that like a lot of their play can seem aggressive, but
like super aggressive.
It was unrelenting, like it, and the one that we had was just kind of like cowering on the floor, like didn't know what to do. So it wasn't a fun situation.
Well, that also means that nerdy. That means that the dog on the lead also wasn't very good with other dogs because like doesn't know how to communicate, doesn't know how to tell the dog to fuck off.
Well, they said that she's not aggressive at all with other dogs, but she's also. She also doesn't know her boundaries, and she can and
just hasn't been around other dogs.
Yeah,
it's pretty much the usual thing because it's like
because people get them and then they don't take the time to socialize them.
Yeah, or like they don't socialize them at the place that you were getting them from.
At the place where we were, they said they normally have her playing with this other Alsatian there because they're both quite boisterous. So they tend not to hurt each other at all. Like they're all on kind of like hind legs and just things flailing everywhere, which is fine. And like as far as I was concerned, there was nothing wrong with her, but it was just one of those situations where it's like, well, I'm not gonna put my foot down. Like this is not like a good situation to do that in and be like, no, we are making this 10-year commitment, and you and you'll be happy about it.
Yeah, I sympathize with this situation. I don't think I could do it. Like I think if I fall in love with a dog, I would just take the dog home.
Yeah,
like but I'm the same with everything. I'm the same with houses. If I fall in love with a house,
I'm
my house now. Yeah, like the whole joint doing something is a whole other level of struggle on top of itself.
It's a whole different thing.
Yeah, I'm not about compromise when it comes to certain things, I guess. It says about me. It's like, oh, no, you can't get that. Well, if trying to... everyone will love any dog eventually, obviously.
Yeah.
It's just, just trying to get both personalities straight on one thing.
Yeah,
be quite difficult. And then especially with being a spooky situation.
It's a layer of things. If we had a bigger house and we weren't and more money and all of that, and I could afford to make the commitment solely myself, I would be in a position to say, like, fuck it, I want the biggest dog possible. I'm gonna do everything for it. You don't have to be involved at all. Like, and that
you just have to live with it.
Well, sort of, but yeah.
Dog's in the bed now. Decided.
My responsibility. Yeah. My choice.
Yeah.
And like, if she was really uncomfortable with it, and be like, okay, but getting something that's going to live with you is not like me buying a car. I'm going to have whatever car I want. It's like, it's not the same thing. This is a personality that you have to.
Well, it's like choosing a roommate.
Yeah.
It's like choosing a kid.
Yeah.
If you're adopting a kid, you can't just be like, yeah, it's more difficult for me because I just go to the breeder that I go to. And like, these are the dogs.
Well,
this dog's a
the
great.
initial thing was to get a puppy, but it's just not. It's just too expensive. Like since lockdown came in, like everyone's prices have fucking tripled.
Well, long term, I think it's a better investment because like Probably. A lot of because I was thinking of the same thing, and I was like, well, the amount of money I paid for Honey, but then like there's been absolute zero medical issues in every way.
Yeah,
you go like, oh, I probably would have ended up spending £100 or something on vet bills or something like that. And you go like, I just never had to do that over the last 5 years, touch wood or whatever.
Yeah,
but like, but you're coming to the same situation where it's like, I guess you wouldn't know how big it would grow, etc.
Yeah, we're at a point where it's like we've started saving, and it's just a matter of what happens first, whether we hit enough to get a puppy or whether we come across a rescue that we're happy with.
Yeah. But
just don't get attacked by dogs while going to look for other dogs.
Yeah. Or I guess, but then there's also maybe there's other stuff you can do as well. Like if it's a concern about having the dog on the lead, there's like workshops, I'm sure, you can go to without owning a dog.
That's the thing as well. It's like there was nothing about it that wasn't fixable. That wasn't reparable in with training, with conditioning, with behaviorists and stuff like that. There was, pretty quickly as well. But again, I've got a bit more kind of like insight and stuff like that. And whereas Vix has never had a dog. So it's a different. It's a different thing.
There were like dogs in the house though, wasn't there? From memory.
Yeah, like she's got dealings with dogs, but they've never had a family dog. They've never had a pet. It's just her mum walks and boards.
Yeah.
So, and she only boards particularly polite dogs. If they're a pain in the arse, if they're pulley, if they're
young.
Then she just
only deal with senior citizen dogs.
Yeah.
But yeah, fair enough. So yeah, the hunt continues.
Yeah,
fair enough.
Not the end of the world.
Yeah, just don't want one that's going to be attacked.
Yeah.
Seems fair.
Yeah.
Turner and Hooch. Has a boxer on it.
Oh, he was a Dog de Bordeaux. I loved those dogs, but they it's the same as Dalmatians. I couldn't deal with getting a dog that lasts like 7 years. I mean, like it's not. I don't know. I think that'd just break my heart. I need I expect a dog to be like, I'm going to be with you for sort of 12 to 15 years, and like, but I think they've got like congenital issues where it's just like their heart gives in, or
it's the stress on the police force.
Yeah.
It's just a stressful job.
Headbutting doors and
eating lots of bags of food.
Yeah.
So that was a lovely. So you're good.
Yeah, great.
Got attacked by a dog.
Yeah.
Always fun.
Yeah.
Always fun. I'll briefly, or being chatting to people. You sound like the type of person who'd be supportive of people traveling and stuff like that.
Oh no, where are you going?
I don't know. Not me. I'm not going anywhere. Right. No fly list, but probably, I don't know, crimes I haven't committed yet, but will do shortly.
Yeah. What's that? Minority Report.
No, like I've always been really suspect of people who've again, on dating profiles and stuff like that. Still not sure what to do about it, but got chatting to someone, and every time you see someone who's like, oh, I love traveling, give me travel tips for this, there and everywhere, and it's always just like you're an empty personality trying to fill it with pictures and holiday snaps. That's
Yeah.
what it feels like. I'm all for going abroad, but if the largest part of your personality is going away and trying to find yourself somewhere else, I just don't think you know who you are. Like, go traveling, go explore things, but don't just make that your whole identity.
Plus it's a different. It's a different level. It's like everyone calls themselves a foodie now. It's like you're not.
Yeah, I'm a tea drinker.
You're not. You just.
I drink coffee.
You just eat food.
Yeah.
Like.
Well, it's just people. I mean,
if your idea of traveling is getting on a plane and going and staying in a resort in Spain, I wouldn't say you're mad into traveling.
No,
I've got a mate that filled a bag full of clothes. And like hopped on a truck with some Polish trucker and disappeared into Europe for 6 months. I'd say that guy likes traveling. I'd say
maybe that's a different thing.
That's what I think of when someone who likes traveling, someone who just kind of like does things that are a bit more adventurous.
Yeah, but even then, like going to going to Moscow and trying out the local coffee shops. It's like it's not really. I don't know. There's not much. What we're going to chat about? Oh, the coffee I had in Moscow was nice, lovely,
great. Yeah.
Moving on.
But at the same time, the person that likes traveling will like generally have stories of the people he's met and stuff, or she or whatever. But it doesn't go on about it. Well, it's just part of. It's just something they do.
Well, it's just that I think there's a lot of people who, because there's a romantic idea of traveling and going abroad and stuff like that. It's not that really big a brand that I'm going on. It's just when I started chatting with this person, it was just again, it was like, oh, you're just completely empty inside.
Yeah,
just trying to chat to them. So I think they said, I said, what was your favorite place to go to?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, she named 6 places. So I said, okay, why do you think? And again, it wasn't like this mood. I hate this person. But just in the tone I was replying was like, oh, so, what makes those cities better than say Krakow, right? Or something like that. She goes, oh, well, I haven't been to Krakow. Like, oh, okay. So what about another city? What do you mean? What about London then? Have you been to London? Everybody's been to London. Yeah, everyone has. So I'm assuming you have, right? So what's the difference between London and Rome? I'm just being polite. You're empty. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just like they're trying to do it to try and prove that, look, I'm interesting, look.
Yeah, people use the stuff they've done to fill in for the personality that they haven't got. Yeah.
But yeah, I've always felt it. I've always been like, oh, maybe it's just a thing I've got. It's like, oh, maybe it's got prejudiced against holidaymakers.
Yeah,
I don't mind not going abroad, but
going somewhere isn't an achievement.
No, well, it's not as interesting as it's being. It's almost like they're trying to show you the brochure of the resort they went to. You're like, okay, but that doesn't blow me away. Same people are like, oh, I love the TV show Friends. I can quote them all the episodes. Like, okay. Yeah. That's not interesting, but fair enough. I get it, but fair enough.
I think it's kind of a byproduct of sort of just kind of what we value these days. Like experience is very much a social currency, isn't it?
Yeah, but people just don't experience things, or they try to amp up their experiences.
Yeah. Like it's the thing with our generation is we don't spend money on things. We spend money on experiences. So like going places, visiting stuff. It's why like escape rooms and shit like that have taken off because people want the picture at the end.
Yeah.
It's this really hollow thing where they go and do the thing to document them doing the thing and don't actually do the thing. Like they don't actually experience it.
They just want to be associated with an event.
Yeah.
It's like, it's the same thing with traveling. It's like, oh, you can name all the countries you've been to and you go like, that's great, but who cares?
Yeah.
Like, what did you learn? Who are you now that you went on that journey and you arrived here? Yeah. Oh, I'm still trying to figure that out.
And also, like, why did you go there?
Yeah.
Like, because I think people who actually go somewhere and do something interesting, they're normally trying to fill in some kind of gap within themselves. Like if they go like people who go to like Thailand, I've known people to just disappear into Thailand and train Muay Thai for no fucking reason, and then because they broke up with their partner, and there was something just kind of like there was something hollow, and they were missing their kind of like masculinity because it had been so tied into this person for God knows how long, and it's things like that. It's like, but most people when they do traveling and stuff, it's just it's time to book a holiday. Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah, or it's just wanting to say they've been somewhere or something like that. And it's just like, just be more interesting. It's just, I guess it's not a criticism of them. It's just like, I just can't get past that idea of if you're just trying to show me all your holiday snaps to show me how interesting you are. Yeah. I'd rather just talk to you about something generic rather than like, I went to Rome. It was in Italy. I went there by plane. Like, okay,
what can I learn from what you're telling me that I can't learn from Wikipedia?
Or that I just don't give a shit about. I don't give a shit about the coffee in Italy. Not that we even spoke about that.
If you've got a funny story about someone that you met there or something.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if they're in Italy or not. You know what I mean?
No. Like, it's just an experience.
Just something that you've learned. Like, cool, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so chatting with some people, some interesting people, some good people, but yeah, also some just weird people. Just tell me where to go on traveling. I've seen the Friends reunion before it came out. Like, okay.
All right.
Okay, fair enough. Just not gonna work. It's fair enough. I don't know. Maybe it came out a bit too ranty. But elsewhere, because we've got a lot of news to get through.
Yeah.
Let's start panning with some of the news. Amazon. You know Amazon.
I do.
Yeah, they've temporarily halted construction of a US warehouse after an 8th noose was found at the site. Keep on finding all these nooses. Now, what's your first impression of that article? Because mine was not what the article was, apparently. I keep finding nooses.
I would assume that the people that building it are so depressed they're trying to kill themselves.
That's what I thought. Or someone in the area is trying to desperately hang himself. But they've interpreted it as a hate crime.
What?
Their people are leaving these nooses to encourage the lynching of the local communities.
What?
And I'm like, what? I don't get it. Let's read through it. Amazon said the site has since reopened and is working with officials on the investigation. The company has offered $100,000 reward for information on the nooses, the first of which was discovered at the end of April. They found a rope with a noose tied at the end on the 5th floor. So just, to be honest, it just feels like someone working on the project wants to die. And he keeps on chickening out for the 8th time or whatever it is. And now there's a reward for his death.
Maybe it's just someone's lunch break and they just did you ever just tie knots and?
Well, I tried for a skit that we were going to do to make a noose, and it felt bad. Like I was the tying a noose. I was looking up on YouTube, like yeah. What am I doing with my life? So I had to be like, I need to stop. I can't do this. No intention of using it. It's just weird to be making a noose off of YouTube. Oh, this is how you do it.
And
I feel strong.
Yeah. Just the guy doing the video. And then he's had it round.
Just test.
Round. The rabbit goes round the tree.
Down into my deep-seated issues of my childhood.
Yeah.
And here we go. Yeah. Like and subscribe.
The woodpecker came and said, no, don't do it.
Yeah.
But it
the
was
looped rope is synonymous with the extrajudicial hangings and lynchings of mainly black people in the United States. It comes despite Amazon introducing additional safety measures at the warehouse. Well, we're going to make it safer. Well, you're still going to have to lynch people, but we're going to make it safer.
Like, how unsafe do people feel around inanimate objects?
Just the structure. I guess you could hang from the rafters. Maybe they remove the rafters. Who knows? Yeah, but I don't know. It's not. I mean, people are impressionable, right? People get. If you saw a noose on the floor, would you like? Oh, I've got to go hang someone right now.
I mean, I'd be like, where has that come from? Maybe that's weird.
It's not a hate crime.
No.
I mean, in our view, maybe it is.
Are they encouraging lynchings? Is that what they're saying?
It's what they're saying. This repeated behaviour is calculated and clearly meant to stoke fear and encourage racism and bigotry. What we have been seeing in this facility is wrong, and we condemn these actions in the strongest of terms.
I think it's just some bloke that likes making nooses. Like, he had a job on a boat for 6 months. he was tying like various knots and hauling fish in, and he just loves making slip knots.
But like a noose, I think, is like very specific. Because like there's better knots to tie a boat to land than a noose.
Yeah, but you could strangle someone with a regular slip knot.
You could strangle someone with a pipe. You could do anything. But like I guess if I left nooses outside your house, maybe it could be construed that I was telling you I was going to hang you.
Right, potentially, if you're targeting a specific individual. But if you're just leaving them about a place where lots of people are...
Yeah, but maybe there's people... Maybe
I'm going to hang all of you.
You're going to get hung.
I'm going to make the whole building is a noose.
Yeah, well, like, it's just... Again, I don't think it's part of... Did we ever do lynchings? I'm sure there was probably British lynchings.
I'm sure there was.
We did tepid, hangings. Bit more chilled.
I don't know if we did. Well,
bit more tea.
We must have. Everyone's done lynchings.
Yeah, everyone's spotted around with a bit of
we
lynching.
Invented America, so
that's true.
We must have done.
Yeah, we invented South Africa. Maybe, can't remember.
Yeah,
maybe those old Brits and their boats and books. Christianity.
Oh,
I think that's what did most of it. There's a God, yeah. So we own you now. Yeah. If you don't, God will be angry. Oh, all right then. But they also called for authorities to be aggressive in their investigation. So
don't be aggressive. There's already nooses.
The FBI is now involved. So, I mean, maybe it is a bigger thing in America. Like, I mean, burning crosses. It's not like, oh, Jesus is warm. It's like, no, we're going to burn you alive, isn't it? So, like, maybe a noose thrown on the floor is like a challenge. I don't know. I was just like, oh, this is a hate crime?
Maybe it's someone.
I just thought it was some guy just making a noose and being like, oh, not today. Maybe tomorrow. And then just throwing it on the floor.
Did they follow it to the end of the piece of rope? Was there a guy waiting for a rabbit to step in it or something?
Yeah. Big slingshot on a tree. It's fired out. Wile E. Coyote. Yeah, did they think Wile E. Coyote's a hate crime? Guy used a cannon. And Hamas went for Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
Go for the coyote with the arsenal of shit. In other news, so yeah, if you're Amazon, and the problem is they do same day delivery, so it could just be ordering nooses to the warehouse.
Yeah.
Although they don't sell nooses, because again, I did try and make a noose for a skit, and I had to get like rope. I couldn't get a noose. They don't make a noose for you. It's harsh.
It's difficult to find satisfying rope in this country. Most of the time, most hardware shops and everything, they'll do like that blue nylon stuff, and it's just not the same.
No, well, you can get proper rope. The rope I tied you up with, I think that was going to be a noose.
Oh, that was
yeah,
proper
it was all right rope, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Anyway, another news. Jeffrey Epstein. You know Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
Do you remember any of the controversy surrounding him? His death specifically.
Yeah. Well, he didn't kill himself.
That's the truth. I don't know. That's what's being said. But there was a whole thing about like the prison guards didn't see him, didn't intervene, and they should have. I think police, prison guards are a bit of a rough job sometimes. I was nearly a prison guard. I can't remember if I told you that.
You'd make a good prison guard.
Yeah, I'd be all right. I was like in the process of applying to one, and there was a lot of paperwork, and I couldn't be asked. I was like 23 or something like that. But a group of prison guards are under fire for apparently not noticing that a self-proclaimed Satanist beheaded his cellmate. Just didn't notice. Just they didn't realise.
The guy had a haircut.
Yeah, he's chin up. What's going on? On the 9th of March 2019,
He's not eating.
Sorry?
He's not eating. He's left his dinner.
Yeah, he's not chewing it. He's just going straight down his neck.
Oh,
what's the deal?
You a goose?
Stop being a goose. On the 9th of March 2019, James Osuna, 31, killed, decapitated, and dissected the body of his cellmate Luis Romero, 44, with an improvised knife.
Fuck hell.
Improvised knife. I think it was like a razor. Oh, just cut off your head with a razor.
How long does that
take?
Tum-tum.
Tum-tum.
How did you not notice? There's blood everywhere.
Yeah, you'd assume screaming. You'd assume something was going on.
Yeah.
Be a bit odd. The guards at the Corcoran State Prison, where they were incarcerated, reported after their rounds that both men were alive, even after the head was removed. So, like, I can understand, right? You've got to remember this is a mundane job.
Yeah.
It's like the army. 90% of what you do is waiting around.
Yeah, shooting back.
So, like, is everyone fine? Yes.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on their screen, it's...
and on any other time, that would have been... it wouldn't have been fine, but it would have...
They probably walked by an hour earlier. They were fine. Yeah. And it's like the same like those signs you get on the inside of pub toilets where it's like, this was last cleaned at 7:14 or something like that.
Yeah, but
usually someone just goes...
Meanwhile, you're just standing in piss. Like,
yeah. On the day of the murder, a Suna used a razor blade to slice Romero, cutting out his eyes and chopping off his fingers.
Fucking hell.
Eyes first. The rib bone's connected to the chest eyes. Razors to the eyes, mate. And chopping off one of his fingers before removing part of his ribs and slicing out his lung.
What does he want? Like, what's he...
Make a decision, mate. Are you going to start with... What are you cooking here? Stop slapping at random parts of the body.
It's just never played Operation.
No. Eyes... Well, I can't remember this. Yeah, it was eyes, fingers, ribs, and lung.
Eyes, fingers, ribs, and lung. Ribs and lung.
After disfiguring and dissecting Romero, he cut off his head and sliced the man's face on either side of his mouth to make it seem as though the victim had a wide smile. So he's ripped off his head, but not smiling. Hello. I'm a smiley boy now. When guards eventually discovered the scene, they found Osuna wearing a necklace made of Romero's body parts. Into his room. This guy's got a leg hanging from his necklace.
What?
Got a lung on the table. Yeah, just not notice it. Oh, he's fine.
Yeah.
They're having a go at it again. Osuna had never had a cellmate prior to being sitting with attacking Romero. First time. Housemates. Grrr. Post-it notes and beheadings. The man had a history of assaulting other inmates at one point prior to Romero's murder. Osuna found his way into another inmate's cell where he stabbed and slashed the man's face, resulting in 67 stitches. So I'll put him in a room with someone else.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was a misunderstanding. I'm sure it was just dogs being dogs.
Yeah. The cellmate comes in and he's like, I hope you don't mind, but I've got asthma, so sometimes I get a bit wheezy. It's just,
I'm just planning the murder.
Cut to him eating his lung.
Yeah.
There you go, not got asthma anymore.
Well, the guy who got stabbed, who needed 67 stitches, didn't want prison officials to have the photograph of his injuries because he was afraid Osuna would get a copy of the photograph and add it to his trophies. So this guy's like been attacked. He's like, a photo could set this guy off.
Yeah.
Fuck it, don't look at him. I like my head where it is.
I mean, I have a hard time advocating for the death penalty. But purely because I don't trust a government to mandate that someone should be killed, because I think that's too much power. I don't trust them enough to use that correctly forever. But I mean, some prisoners is just like, look, this is a reform system, right? Yeah. Is this guy ever going to be reformed?
Yeah.
Like it's just a waste of money. We're happy. We're happy with abortions. Let's just abort this guy, shall we? Like, let's just.
I was talking to somebody about their euthanized uncle. Was it you?
No.
Somebody's uncle. Oh no, I was speaking to someone else about. A friend of mine has a friend, and they're out in Spain at the moment. And her grandfather, I think, decided to be euthanized. And it got okayed within a week. So like a week later, he was like, bye. And she was like, I need time to organize coming out, to come out and, I'm in a different country right now.
Well, I mean,
it's just like no one expects, like if you have an urgent operation, sometimes it takes longer than a week.
Yeah.
But they're like, you want to die? Friday?
Yeah.
We could do Friday.
Well, someone just cancelled. Ironically, they already died.
Yeah, they died early.
Yeah, so they don't need us anymore. So it'd be good to fill in the table, actually.
Yeah, so just have. Yeah, I just thought that was a funny little difference between. Like, oh yeah, okay, fair enough. Like, yeah, there's a place for when they no longer want to be part of society.
Yeah.
So that it's left.
In
this case, you go like, it was obviously him that beheaded this guy.
Yeah. He can't even be trusted with the people that should be most like him.
Yeah.
Like, essentially his own tribe. He's obviously... I mean, he's wearing people's body parts around. He's obviously a fucking psychopath.
Wearing his tribe.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Like, there's a certain point where it's like, just fucking kill the guy.
Yeah. Just for everyone as well, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's messy. I mean,
the guy that he killed... There's not that he might have been able to be rehabbed. We don't know anything about him. I mean, not without a lung
or a head.
Yeah,
but you hear they're bringing back gas chambers.
I did, and I saw some. I saw some very like. I assumed it was a very overblown headline, but it's like they're going to use the same gas the Nazis used.
Yeah, which is like it.
Did it kill people?
Yeah, it was effective.
Yeah,
it's maybe insensitive, but yeah, I think it was like. Holocaust survivor memorial groups were outraged or something like that.
How many gases are there?
I mean, you could probably kill someone with nitrous oxide.
Yeah.
But that feels too nice.
Well, you could just fill the room with pure oxygen and they'd die.
Just take the oxygen out.
Put them in a vacuum.
Yeah. Well, it's just a hole. Yeah. If you're going to kill them, just hit them with something.
Yeah.
You get to select what you get hit with.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
And it's based off your personality. So if you're into cooking, you get hit in the head with an oven. If you're musical, piano. Something like that. Yeah. But short break.
Or if you're a taxidermist.
Taxidermist?
Just get hit with dead ducks.
Get hit with sand. Whatever it is. Yeah. Sawdust.
Sorry, short break.
Shove it. Short break. To warm. All right. We're back. Yeah. Little bees or spiders. If you've watched one of our more recent episodes, we had a bit of a technical issue at one point, and because we were copyrighted before because of bees.
Yeah.
It was a spider destroying a bee.
Oh, yes. Yeah. I recall.
You heard the music on the highlights?
No.
At the end? I've been playing around with it for a little while. I was like, this is going to be the new Stinger ending, and I wasn't sure, but it kind of fitted on the end of the highlight clips.
Right.
It was like a different little upbeat, jaunty, chilled out, pleasant music.
Cool.
After something horrific. Yeah, we've got a clip channel. Forgot to mention that. Pulling Teeth Clips. You'll be featured on our main YouTube channel. If you want to support us, go there and give us a like. Subscribe or whatever the shit. In other news, 2 men who dropped a sofa onto a woman from a height of 16 foot as they moved out of a flat, causing her serious injuries, have been spared jail. They're just moving a sofa.
Did she die?
She was
paralysed.
Or I believe. Lee Morrison and Barry Law attended Aberdeen Sheriff Court on Monday after previously admitting to the single charge of culpable and reckless conduct with a sofa. I guess. The incident was on 7th of December, near Christmas, and involved the pair attempting to remove a sofa from his flat after dropping it from the roof of the Nail Co. Nail Bar. It's like a beauty salon, I guess.
They dropped it off the roof?
Yeah.
Onto a woman?
Now, the reason they've been getting leniency is because they didn't just chuck it. They, did try and chuck it in a nice way. So that they looked. And then, it's probably fine. And then chucked it.
She'll be back inside by the time it hits the floor.
According to the 2 men, they checked to see if anyone was in the area below. They dropped the sofa from a height of 5 meters. However, the furniture hit editor Butkevekut, a worker at the nail bar who was standing outside at the time. So she was just stood there.
Fucking hell.
Didn't see her. They say they looked, but she was stood there.
Just on a phone having a fag.
Yeah, just trying to decompress before she was compressed by furniture. The Colin Nielsen fiscal deputy said she wasn't aware of what was happening. She wasn't aware of what happened. She woke up screaming. Oh, God. Waking up screaming. Ah! Ah! Because of a couch.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like,
Rough.
if you get hit by something big,
if you get hit by a volleyball, it might ruin your day.
we were coming back from the dog attack the other day.
Oh, yeah.
And we stopped in at a service station, and we were sitting down, and there were some people on a grass verge like kicking a ball behind us, and I can't deal with people kicking like doing that kind of shit where I can't see it. I always feel like I'm going to get smashed in the head by an errant ball. Like,
right.
Getting hit in the head with a ball, which is something that footballers do all the time.
Getting hit in the neck with a couch.
Yeah.
A bit intense. What? So there was stuff behind you and you were like, oh,
yeah, I was sitting down and there was a grass verge behind. There were two lads playing football, and you just kept hearing the big, like, whack of the ball.
Yeah.
And it's just that pause where it's like you're waiting for it to land.
Yeah. What? You've got to face your fears. You should have asked them to kick the ball in your face. It's got to accept it. I think there's a point I reached as a teenager, like 13, on roller coasters. I was like, there's no point being concerned you're going to die, because you're going to die if it happens. So just assume it'll be fine.
Yeah.
And I've kind of taken that mantra into diabetes.
I
just kept it going. Just assume everything's going to be fine, because worrying about it going wrong is really pointless unless you're trying to be constructive about it.
Yeah. To be fair though, I'd already kind of like envisioned like me like kind of pulling my penknife out if it did hit me and just stabbing it and throwing it over the fence. It was like that was.
But you still get hit. Like, can you go to a tennis match?
That's the retaliation.
I've ruined your ball now.
Yeah, there you go.
You've got to spend £12.50.
That's for trying to have fun at a service station.
Don't try. No ball games.
Yeah,
not near me. Yeah, could you go to a tennis match? That's like ultimate. Tennis ball could come flying at you at any moment.
Oh
right?
yeah, definitely. But I feel like you can
sat there with a penknife.
You can. I feel like you could. Yeah. I feel like you can see that coming. You still can't do
tennis ball.
You can't do anything about it, but you know it's there.
It's 100 miles an hour serve.
Yeah.
I saw it coming. Stayed in the way anyway.
I remember that.
Luckily, I headed it onto my wife's eyeball.
Yeah. Well, didn't someone like lose points or get disqualified or something like that the other year
because in the neck?
Yeah, because
yeah. Hit ball boy in the face. It's a weird sport. It's a weird sport.
Weird traditions. Don't hit people with the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, why?
But yeah,
eat
that whole thing
strawberries.
in
Gotta
that
eat
was like,
strawberries.
it was a good old military tradition. That was not ducking when artillery was being fired at you. That was genuine part of British tradition.
Why?
Because being the tactic of the leader of that platoon or whatever.
Lots of dead leaders then.
Well, the logic is, one, people see that he's not scared, or they're not scared, then they'll be inspired and they'll start to think of him as a heroic figure.
Right.
And if he dies, he's a hero to them.
Yeah.
So they'll avenge his death. That's part of the logic.
I have no interest in being a leader in the fucking World War.
This was World War II, apparently. It was a genuine thing. There's a whole famous thing in A Bridge Too Far? No. It's either A Bridge Too Far or The Longest Day. I can't remember. It was Hannibal Lecter. It's the one that he was in. Maybe he was in both. But there was a scene where he's being artilleried and he had to run through the streets and he was like running, like, trying to dodge. And there was a guy on set who was like, no, you walk. You walk through this. He was like, but I'm dying. It's like, no, but you have to show a good stiff upper lip to the men.
No, I'm gonna run.
Well, it's the thing is, like, you just got to accept that you're already dead. Like your life is over. Like your life is a massive roll of the dice now.
Yeah.
You could just step on a mine.
Yeah.
So it's like you just have to accept that you're already dead and just kind of go through as if you're in a comic book character.
The other guy's like, this guy's not scared of our bullets. Well, stop shooting him then. Don't waste your bullets on that guy.
Yeah, there was another story I heard.
Look, that guy's pissed himself. Shoot him.
Well, again, there's also that thing of, it gets in people's heads. People do it in like basketball. I don't know if they just walk with purpose in basketball. But, they did it. There's another story I like about. There was a tank. Like an American tank or an English tank, something rolling up the road, and like a British officer came up to the tank, like, knock, knock. There's a gentleman in that building over there. And like the tank got fired at by the guy with the normal gun, and it hit the tank and sprayed the paint. It ricocheted off of it, and the paint went all over the guy in the tank, and he thought he was dying. The officer just kind of waited there until he came back up to continue the conversation. It was like. Yeah, so anyway, if you can fire that building over there, the lads would be very appreciative. Just kind of walked away.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, well, it's just, I think it's so unbelievable, but I think it would be effective at the time of like, you can't sit down and quake, be scared, because I mean the people around you are just getting on with it and acting as if it's a normal day.
I can't imagine what people who actually went to war, and particularly people who actually survived war, would think of the kind of things that people are so sensitive about these days.
Well, I heard a thing recently, which I've always had, but I think it kind of does explain the difference between. I think all these people like worried about government and politics and all that kind of stuff. It's almost like they're overwhelmed by how much data there is that they're trying to process. And like one of the things, and I've done it anyway, but it feels like this is something that the guy was the Navy SEAL or whatever was talking about, was you just gotta, I think he was talking about SEAL training, and he said to get your head through SEAL training you really need to not look up, you need to like just focus on right now. So he says the secret of getting through SEAL training is to focus on just getting through until you get your next meal, because you get fed every 6 hours or something. So whereas other people get like, oh my god, I've got to do this for another 6 months, or oh my god, this is the rest of my life and there's all this stuff going on around me. It's like, no, part of being focused and being effective is just ignoring all of the grey data and then just focusing down on like, right, this is what I need to focus on to get me through the day. Or this is what I need to do in order to get to the next step. And that's why I don't understand conspiracy theories, because all conspiracy theories collapse as soon as you look at step one.
Yeah.
You just go like, well, okay, so where are they building these microchips? Oh, in underground.
Yeah.
What? Okay, fine. So like, yeah, the term being overwhelmed by all the data, I guess kind of makes sense when you look at, if you're trying to understand everything.
Yeah.
I think I just went as a young age, I was like, I don't think it's understandable. It's just people being people. They can do that. I'm going to try and figure out how to make Watsits. Right? This is what I need to do. This is my SEAL training.
Yeah.
Try and figure out to get through. So, yeah, I think it's just, people focusing on the wrong data.
Yeah.
Or focusing on too much data.
I mean, there's so much that people get up in arms about that realistically, you could watch the news for a week solid, 24 hours a day, and there will probably not have been a single thing on there that actually affects your day to day.
Yeah,
at all. So, but people still worry about it like they've, and it makes them feel small because they're like unable to affect like change that they see feel that needs to be done, when it's just like, well, there's plenty of change that needs to be done in your own life and you're not affecting that because you're watching the news. It's
even when it comes just to human level, you just go, I think there's so many people who get, I've said it before, but I don't understand people being grossed out by stuff, because they go like, it's here, you have to deal with it. And I think most what's the term for people who get grossed out? Squeamish. Right, so I think most squeamish people will be squeamish until they have a kid. And when you have a kid, you're not going to be squeamish anymore, because you're digging through handfuls of human waste. And you have no choice. You have to, otherwise your baby dies. And your brain just goes, right, ignore that. I'm not going to think about the fact that I'm handling human waste. I'm just going to compartmentalize and be like, well, I'm changing the diaper right now, and then I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this. So everyone does it eventually, but most people just don't want to, or haven't figured it out yet. So they just kind of look at the whole world. What are we going to? Where's Neil Diamond? What's he going to do? Like, forget Neil Diamond. Focus on other shit. But yeah, I think it's. I think that's the key difference, and I guess that makes a lot of sense, because they say also, this might be from the same interview actually, but danger brings clarity, because if you're in a dangerous situation,
concentrate on what matters.
Yeah, you don't give a shit about Neil Diamond. Neil Diamond's out of my head now. I need to focus on staying alive.
Yeah.
So it's all about just being focusing on something, and most people just don't. So I imagine that'd be the thing. Otherwise, they just wouldn't give a shit. They'd be like, I've known idiots like you. It's fine. Idiots exist, not you. But if they meet someone who's being sensitive, you're like, okay, you do you.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to bring you around for a barbecue, whatever the fuck. This sofa fell on this woman. The court heard that she suffers panic attacks near tall buildings. Because she's always worried a sofa's going to come out of it. Totally understandable. Is unable to sit for periods longer than 40 minutes.
Scared of sitting.
Because a sofa might fall down on it. Makes sense. And has had sleeping problems since the incident. Makes sense. She's had a lot of trauma.
I mean, yeah, if you were walking around completely unawares and suddenly a sofa fell on you, people get scared of being followed and things.
Yeah. It came from the sky.
Yeah.
Sky's everywhere, mate. Even Neil Diamond's
which is just not where you expect to see a sofa.
Yeah, you would just you would be pretty freaked.
It's one thing to get hit by a car in the road. You'd probably be like, oh well,
stay indoors.
Yeah,
you can't stay indoors when couches are the problem.
Couches fly now.
But what I found funny about this is that because that was the case, it makes sense. Those people shouldn't have thrown that couch off the roof.
Yeah,
it crippled somebody, and there needs to be something done about that. What they did was wrong, even if they tried. Because that was the argument. They did try it. They didn't just chuck it. They did look and try and figure out what to do. It was stupid, but it wasn't aggressively stupid. It was just stupid and misfortunate. But the defendant, so the lawyer defending the people who threw the couch on the woman, said the accident haunted his client's life for the rest of his life. And will do, and is extremely sorry for what happened. When they saw that woman get absolutely destroyed, this is where my mind went. The quote is, when they saw the woman, he got absolutely the shock of his life. He thought she was dead. He was shaken to the core. He feels so guilt-ridden about what he's done. This will haunt him for the rest of his life. Oh. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, good.
And I get that. And that is bad. But it's not as bad as chucking a sofa at someone.
Yeah.
Even if it is unintentional.
Well, it's like you learn by fucking up, really, don't you? Particularly when you're a kid, you break so many things and make so many mistakes. But it's what teaches you to navigate the world. So now he knows, don't throw sofas at people.
Yeah. Do you have any? Oh yeah, the hornet's nest or the wasp's nest.
The bees. Yeah.
Do you have any other weird, semi-traumatic realizing that the world is a dangerous place coming?
No, you know what? There's one that sticks with me that is completely ineffectual, completely unoffensive, was just purely cause and effect, and one of those a really distinct moment of I know exactly what's going to happen. I think, but I'm going to do this anyway because I'm interested. Which was just putting a thermometer to a flame and it exploded.
Right.
And for some reason, it really stuck with me.
You're like, thermometers are meant to measure heat, and it got heat, and it died.
Well, I was thinking of Tom and Jerry cartoons and shit, and it was like one of those old school glass thermometers, and I put it to a flame, and the mercury went up, and then the thing just went poof, and blew up. And it's completely inoffensive and something, but it's for some reason just that cause and effect of I know exactly what this is going to do. Oh, it did it. I shouldn't have done it.
Right, yeah. Like poking a bear.
Yeah.
You'd be like, but what did I expect?
Curious.
Yeah, I wonder if it will maul me to death. Could do. Might do. Could be fun. Yeah, no, I've got... I fell out of a tree once, but that was kind of fun. But yeah, I remember having weird things about I'm going to jump out this window. It's going to be great. And I remember I thought, should I jump out this window? And he's like, no. Like, fair enough. Party pooper.
Yeah, no, I didn't jump out of a window, but I didn't fall out of a tree. I slipped down a tree, and I was climbing it like a bear.
Yeah,
and then my foot gave way, and I slid down 8 feet and just carved my fucking chest open. It was horrible.
I did I forget what it's called, but a line of rope that you put a bar on and you go down the rope.
Oh, like a slip line or
something like that.
Yeah,
but I did it with that blue rope you get from hardware shops and a stick, and the stick broke, so I grabbed on it in my hands
and just burnt your hands.
Just burnt my hands, but it wasn't it didn't stay straight. It very immediately went, we're not built for this.
Yeah,
so we just immediately dipped, and I was like, ow. And I've told a story about I dropped a rock on a friend's head from like probably about towards that couch.
Yeah.
He had to go to the hospital, get his head glued. And I was like, whoops.
Fucking hell.
Ripped a tail off his rat as well.
Oh.
By accident.
Okay.
It was running away and I wanted a friend. So I grabbed it. It wasn't like the muscle, but like the skin.
Yeah.
Just all the fur of the tail.
Oh.
Yeah. He came back like a week later. All head glued and shit. I was like, is my rat okay? I was like, kind of. We're friends.
Yeah.
Not really. We think we should be friends. Maybe we shouldn't be friends anymore. I think I'm a bad influence. Yeah. Yeah, loads of stupid shit. Loads of situations where you could die. But I think it's part of life. It's unlikely you'll die. But it's likely you'll experience something where you could die.
Yeah.
So lots of random shit. So yeah, they were trying to defend the actions of the sofa throwers, which I thought was fun. Sheriff William Summers said Miss Butkevekyut was in hospital, the victim, for a number of weeks and is still recovering, having suffered life-changing injuries. The judge said, or the sheriff said, had it been the case of the two of you had simply dropped this sofa without taking precautions, custody would be inevitable. Custody. Taking them into custody? Who looked after this? Is it her sofa? I mean, she's inside it now. I mean, by except you took precautions, our bite's entirely inadequate. To put it simply, it's hard to imagine doing anything more culpable and reckless than dropping a sofa from a roof. They got fined and had to do community service.
Yeah.
So it's not murder. It's not manslaughter. Well, she didn't die, did she? But it's not like they didn't try and hurt her, you would assume, from that kind of thing. Let's have a quick skim through some of these. Oh yeah, an anti-vaxxer has been hospitalised with COVID after saying vaccines are going to wipe out all the stupid people. It's just quite fun. He's a broadcaster,
right?
Who was like, I'm not going to get a vaccine because COVID is going to clean up the world of all the stupid people. And then he got COVID. And it's like, yeah, but not me. Not me, guys. I'm clever ones. Christian broadcaster says he believes vaccine are used to commit genocide. Could be.
Yeah.
Who knows? Rick Wiles, a right-wing Christian talk show host and anti-vaxxer, has been hospitalised with COVID-19 after saying it would wipe out stupid people. Less than a month ago, Mr. Wiles said he would never get vaccinated. His website, True News, announced True News over the weekend that he had been infected and taken to hospital where he'd been given oxygen. True News has pushed conspiracy theorists considered to be racist, anti-Semitic, homophobic, and Islamophobic, has pushed conspiracy theorists to the front of a newspaper, I guess.
Yeah.
Publicised, probably. It's what they mean. The outlet is called President Obama, a demon from hell, and said that Mr. Obama spiritually sodomized the nation. We should be doing this more, right?
Yeah.
This is way more. This will get way more views. Oh, you nation sodomizer. I'm not going to get vaccinated, Mr. Wiles said. I'm going to be one of the survivors. I'm going to survive the genocide. All right, mate. Yeah. The only thing that will come out of this is a lot of stupid people will be killed off. And if the vaccine wipes out a lot of stupid people, well, we'll have a better world. Now, that's just, what everyone's entitled to their opinion and whatever. It's just funny that he said only idiots will be affected by this. And then he was affected by this.
Yeah.
But it's weird. Yeah, True News has said that anybody mocking Mr. Wiles' affliction will be facing eternal damnation.
True News.
If you criticise, if you make light of this in any way on a podcast in Stoke-on-Trent, eternal damnation. Damn. Oh, whoops. Already the naysayers and mockers have started with their taunts, the website said. The website's got a personality of its own. Let them speak their foolish words and let them mock. It will only serve to be used to fuel their flames of torment in hell unless they repent. Calm down, mate.
Is this? I thought this was the news.
It's True News. It's like, fuck it. Like, don't criticise me or you're going eternal damnation. Like,
yeah.
What?
Eternal is a fucking long time.
Damnation's not nice.
No.
It's not very nice at all. Oh, a woman had a fight with a bear and won. Wasn't really a fight.
Did she answer the YouGov poll?
No, she didn't. This is what I wanted to bring up, so I'll go into it a little bit briefly. Basically, in her back garden, there was a bear and two cubs tight roping against her garden wall.
Right.
she got 3 dogs. They came out barking.
And scared him off.
And the bear was like, I think at one point picked up one of the dogs, but was like swatting at them and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The California teen, Morinico, came out and pushed the bear off the fence. Good call.
Yeah.
And again, take guts to do that.
Yeah.
But I think maybe that's what people thought when it was like, would you win in an unarmed combat with the bear? You're like, that wasn't combat. That wasn't a fight. That was just you yelled at a bear.
You weren't locked in a cage with it. It wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't a final resolution. The bear bears are quite. They don't like being embarrassed. So they.
Oh, I don't want to be on You've Been Framed.
Yeah. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Look at this bear.
But like, it still takes guts. It's still a brave thing and the right thing to do. But yeah, I think maybe you didn't defeat it. The dog that was picked up by the bear was my mother's emotional support animal, and I couldn't bear to let anything happen to her because I know like the pain would have been too much for my mum to handle. I think I did this for her. Didn't do it for the dog. Fuck that dog.
The dog's like,
cheers. Fucking dog's trying to protect you from a bear, love. Oh yeah. Well, we got time for a little bit of this, I think.
Oh. Seagull.
This is a quick fire segment. So this is a bunch of little mini articles that I put together that are funny in the headlines and kind of not much else. A man has thrown his children into a canal and shot his wife dead for refusing to have sex with him.
Hilarious.
Well, like I get that. Well, like it's the cleaning house.
Yeah.
I think it was 15 days.
Start again.
It's all been ruined now.
Well, if I kill all the kids, then she'll have to fuck me again. Because she needs more kids.
Logic. No, yeah, I think she wouldn't have sex with him for 15 days. So he shot her in the face. And like that's wrong, and obviously we discourage that on this show.
Yeah.
But the instinctive reaction of like, well, now I've got to throw the kids in the canal.
Yeah.
After killing the wife, the accused was worried what would happen to his children, so he threw them in the canal.
Yeah.
Next article. Better throw them in. I think there was like one was 15. I think throw them in the canal. Fuck off. 3 kids chucking in the canal. In other news, decades after he was rescued in a Colorado storm, the man has been accused of killing 2 women on that same day. Now, it's a somewhat interesting article,
right?
But I like the idea that like years and years ago, this guy was out murdering, right? Then a storm comes in and he's like, oh, storms, and he has to get like mountain rescue or something, and they come save him. And he's killing people this whole time. So they're like, hooray, we saved someone. It's like, you saved me.
Yeah.
Don't save me. You didn't save them.
Yeah.
His rescue came after he flashed an SOS symbol that was seen by a sheriff on a commercial flight. So I think a plane was flying, and this murderer
like a
flashlight like SOS.
Yeah.
Maybe it's doing a victory murder dance.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Help, I've killed 2 people and I can't get up.
Yeah. We ended up picking up the guy straight out of hell, Montoya told embassy affiliate KUSA.
Like a place?
I think it's just like the storm. He was in dire straits. Like,
there is a place called Hell, isn't there?
Hell's Kitchen is a real place.
Yeah.
I think
there's a place called Hell in Detroit or something.
It's just kind of like middle America, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind
Michigan,
of east.
sorry. Hell, Michigan. I swear that's a thing.
Fair enough. Well, Flint still doesn't have clean water, I don't think.
Yeah.
So
maybe they renamed
maybe it's near the Hell
rebranded.
Yeah.
Well, what would you call it? Hell.
But just like, I hope, you're desperate for these people, this murderer to be caught as the victim, and you just see them get saved by mountain rescue or whatever. It's like, sometimes you rescue the wrong person. Be careful who you rescue. Don't rescue serial killers. In other news, have you heard about the mouse plague in Southeast Australia?
No.
They're plagued with mice. So much so, the fish are vomiting mice. Now that's a plague.
That's
what I call a plague.
That's a lot of mice.
Yeah, poisonous bait used in an effort to eradicate the mouse plague affecting parts
only
of
made
Southeastern
them stronger.
Australia. Yeah, well, they're saying it might be harming other native species, including galas. Isn't that like a bingo hall?
Galas.
Pid-
It's a bird, isn't it?
Pygons, Maybe it's meant to be pigeons and fish. Thousands of farmers in Queensland, Victoria are dealing with rodent infestation that's ravaged crops, gnawed through farming equipment. It's eating my tractor. And household appliance, not the oven, caused power blackouts and invaded supermarkets. They're coming! The infestation has been driven by wet weather that has provided ample food for the mice, refueling their fast reproductive cycle. He added, "We've seen a lot of mice either being regurgitated by fish as they're caught, as they're brought... possibly. As they're brought into the boat or released. So cod vomiting or regurgitating up dead mice." End quote.
It's only a wafer thin, mouse, sir.
That's so... We've got a bit on the Christian side with True News, but a plague of mice where they're being vomited by the ocean.
Yeah, first come flying sofas, then plagues of mice.
It comes amid fears that the use of a banned poison referred to as napalm could... Poison. Well, we're thinking about just raining fire from the sky. Oh, you mean poison from the sky?
Yeah, no. Poison.
Yeah, hot poison.
Yeah.
Have a further damaging effect on the local wildlife.
I mean, they've already had wildfires. Like
wild mice.
Yeah. Let's go with what about napalm? Can't do any harm.
Probably be fine, right? Everyone's going to be fine.
Everything's already burnt down.
Yeah, in other quickfire news, police are trying to trace a child that was jumped on by a dog outside of school. A Staffordshire Bull Terrier type dog had to be wrestled off the boy near Alexandra Junior School.
Oh.
I haven't watched much wrestling.
No?
Do you think a dog would respond well to a pile driver or a,
suplex?
Chair?
Yeah.
This is a weird
Hit it with a chair when the ref
Wrestle.
turns his back. And,
yeah. Taking it to the ropes.
Wrestle it.
Count to 10.
Yeah. It's weird. How do you wrestle a dog? It seems like it's all limbs.
Just pick it up.
Yeah.
Just walk away.
Just
done with.
Yeah. I don't know. Dogs like wrestling, don't they?
Yeah, but it's like a weird type of wrestling. But yeah, they do say that dogs do kind of wrestle with each other.
Yeah.
So that kind of makes sense. But yeah, I've never seen the outfits or anything like that.
No. I mean, yeah, and the entrance music would all just be like just loads of barking.
Just be ducks quacking and they go.
Yeah.
But yeah, don't wrestle dogs. It feels like a very sterile term to wrestle somebody. It does feel WWE to me, or WWE, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's how much I know.
I think these days it's more like Greco-Roman stuff. Like it's very much related to like UFC.
Yeah,
dog
maybe.
with the little padded gloves on and like take me down.
Yeah, well, anyone could defeat a dog, but mate, I'm talking from a privileged dog defeating position.
Yeah. If you had to,
have you ever been stalked by a dog?
No, I have been. I remember when I was living at mum and dad's. I think it was like 12 or 13, and there was one of our neighbours a few doors down. I didn't like them; they were all pricks. But they had this big Alsatian, which was as far as everyone else concerned, just a really nice, cool dog. But he'd gotten out. And he was on the grass verge in front of our house, and I went to approach him, which you shouldn't do, but I was a kid, and got his hackles up and like jumped at me and like pulled at my shirt and just in one like poof, just ripped all the buttons off my shirt. It was just really fucked off.
Oh, you ruined my shirt. He just really liked it. He's wanted it from you.
Yeah,
I've been stalked by some stray dogs.
Yeah,
I've gotten in altercations with dogs.
Is it like them sort of sizing you up kind of thing?
Well, I was walking home. I was working at the Millennium
I've been
Dome.
followed home by dogs. There was a farm. Yeah. There was a farm down the road from mum and dad's that always used to follow me home, but just because it was friendly.
Well, these ones weren't particularly friendly. It was like a greyhound and some other dog, like this, like strays. Because I was walking from the Millennium Dome, and it was like when it was all under development. So like there was all like rubble and area that I was walking through. Yeah, these two dogs just kept on like getting behind me and like following me.
Yeah, and
I was like turning around to be friendly, but they were obviously like not really interested. Throw food at them and stuff, but they didn't really want it. So it's kind of like just like they either wanted just to hang out for a bit, chat some shit, or just they were hunting me for sport. I didn't really know. And then another one. I'm a really relaxed person by default. So like lots of dogs, they try to assert dominance and and the way they assert it is by getting you scared.
Yeah.
And I just don't have that. So I've had dogs like bark and nip me in the face, and I've just responded with complete placidness because I don't care. And they get really confused. They get like, all right, I guess you're in charge. It's like, I'm just not afraid of you.
Yeah.
In every sense of my being. It's all cool. Bite me if you want. I don't care.
Yeah.
So but yeah, dogs. And last, what was that about? Was there dogs involved in there? Oh yeah, wrestling. Wrestling dogs.
Yeah.
Do it for fun. Weird to do it out of defense, but fair enough.
Yeah.
I guess depends on your mascot. And lastly, from the quickfire news, Tarzan's dead.
Oh.
Died in a plane crash.
Oh.
And his wife, who was a Christian diet guru. Have you ever been on a Christian diet?
Wait, Tarzan was in a plane?
Yeah. Well, the actor that played the original Tarzan
right.
was in a plane. And his wife died. It's like, I like, again, the irony of the same as the anti-vaxxer saying only stupid people are going to get this and then he gets it.
Yeah.
Is a Christian diet guru who was smited down by God.
Yeah.
I don't agree with your diet.
Yeah.
Just seems quite harsh, you know what I mean? It's
yeah.
Like, I don't know what a Christian diet is. Fish on a Friday, bread.
Well, I
wine?
don't think Christian.
I don't know.
The Christian religion really has any dietary requirements.
Would you eat lamb? I guess you would.
Yeah, led like a lamb to the slaughter was a Christian thing.
But it's like it was Old Testament that painted doors with lamb's blood to prevent the wrath of God, right? I don't know whether that's relevant.
Yeah, but
to lambs
then God wouldn't have been like, look, slit the lamb's throat and
don't
everything, but don't but then waste it.
Yeah,
like you wouldn't.
It's a whole thing about not eating shellfish in the Bible, isn't there?
That's a Jewish thing, isn't it? That's
I think it's
kosher.
old testy.
Yeah,
something about shells,
and they also have the thing of like of not mixing materials that you wear or something like that, isn't it?
Yeah. But that doesn't feel like the Christian side of things. So I don't know what the Christians eat. Eggs. Always put chocolate in your eggs.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, there's no Lent for Christians. Is there like what's some other Christian things? Caves.
I thought Christian.
Maybe they love caves.
I thought Lent is Christian, isn't it? Or am I wrong about that?
Is it? I don't know. Maybe it is.
Yeah.
But no. Yeah. But what do they do it for? Something to do with
sport.
Dead. Jesus being dead, but not dead, isn't it? Somehow?
Yeah, it's.
I thought it was about the thing in the desert.
It's the people crossing the desert. So maybe it's just.
That was Moses, isn't it?
I don't know.
We're learning again. Not really. Moses. I don't know. I've seen it in Rugrats. They're rebuilding Rugrats. You know that?
Why?
I don't know.
It was fine.
Yeah,
leave it alone.
Go get that money.
But Chucky's dead.
He's back, and. They're bringing people are upset because they're making it more LGBTQ.
Oh God!
But it's like I don't give a shit about that. The thing is like, why are they remaking all these services?
You can watch the original cartoon. It holds up.
Is it any different to any other cartoon that you could imagine for 4-year-olds?
Yeah.
They don't give a shit about what it is. Just put something on.
Just
do
watch reruns. It's fine.
Yeah, or just is it that different from Bob the Builder? Just any kids show, they don't care. Why do you have to make it? And again, make it for a modern era. Sure, I don't care. But it's weird that if you're going to change something a lot, why not make something new?
But it's just a thing. It's make something new. Why keep changing shit that already exists? Why not just make something new? Be fucking original. Take a chance on something. Yeah, what was that?
I think there's an Only Fools and Horses one. About he's had the same room for 14 years, but I think it's also an Abraham Lincoln joke about it, where it's like, this was Abraham Lincoln's broom. I've replaced the head and the handle a number of times, and the bristles and stuff, but this was his broom. He's got make something new. But again, they want parents to go, Rugrats, I liked Rugrats, let's watch some Rugrats.
Yeah, but they're not going to be like, oh, I liked this Rugrats.
Yeah, but parents don't give a shit about their kids. They're just gonna look, can you just fuck off for a bit? Just sit down and watch that and fuck off.
Yeah.
That's what parenting is in the modern world. I need to go get some kind of logo made into my cappuccino. And then they just leave their kids at home and then get hit by the couch or something.
Latte art.
Yeah,
It's weird that's a thing.
I want to drink a leaf. All right.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen
You're
people
trying to absorb the whole world. Just focus on your life.
I've seen people do it in places where I've gone and bought a coffee. They've made put a leaf in it that I haven't asked for, and then they put a lid on it. Like,
keep it hot.
Well, I'm not going to take the fucking. I'm walking and drinking. Like, I'm not taking the lid off to admire your fucking gallery.
Coward.
Like,
that's part of the joy of coffee, isn't it? It's having it open and spilled all over your hands down the cobbled streets. Make it an experience. Yeah. But yeah, again, it's like, it's just, I think it is just people being overwhelmed. So many people overwhelmed by stuff where you go like, that shouldn't matter. Why does it matter to you? You're choosing for it to matter because you're overwhelmed. It's like, figure out what it is you think. Stop trying to go to Rome and hope Rome's going to deal with you. Just absorb, think, decide, figure out what it is you want from life.
Yeah.
And if what you and the point that I reached was you can't change the world, so don't fucking try. Just build your own.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Well, there's still mean people in France. You go, yeah, there's always going to be mean people in France. And if there aren't, it's not going to be because of you, because you're worthless. So stop giving a fuck about that. It's nothing you can do. If there's something you can do it. But in the meantime, your priority shouldn't be to fix France.
Yeah.
It should be to fix yourself and figure out what to leave the world better than when you found it.
Yeah.
So build your own stuff. That's me this week.
Oh. All right.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got to put the milk bottles out. It's been an hour.
It's been an hour.
Okay. Dog attack. Done that.
Mm-hmm.
Scientists investigating the world's only alpine parrot had found that they may have only moved to the mountains originally because they just didn't like people.
There's less people up on this mountain.
Yeah.
Let's stay here.
The Kia is considered the only alpine parrot in the world, but scientists analysing DNA sequencing and fossil records found that the Kia were once present in other parts of the country. I think this is Australia or New Zealand or something. Associate Professor Michael Knapp said, physiologically, there's nothing to stop the Kia from surviving at lower altitudes. It's a generalist. It'll survive from sea to alpine. So apparently, it just doesn't want to.
It'd just rather stay here.
Yeah.
You're not here. As soon as you go travelling to wherever it's trying to live, then it'll leave.
I used to live everywhere and I liked everywhere, and then I met Jerry.
Yeah.
Fuck Jerry.
With his hot thermometers in fires. I
don't understand it. Why are you wearing socks?
Yeah, it's hot. You're not wearing shoes.
Look, I'll go to the mountain and then I can wear socks too.
Keeps on sending me text messages. You wearing socks yet? I'm like, yeah, I'm wearing loads of socks.
Kia have certainly come into conflict with New Zealand's human populations before. They're particularly intelligent, mischievous and inquisitive species known for their love of attacking rubber windshield wipers on the car of mountain visitors.
Love it. Favourite thing in the world, attaching windscreen wipers.
Over years, they've made headlines rummaging through tourist bags, stealing wallets, and in one case, making off with one person's passport. But among farmers, they acquired notoriety for attacking and occasionally killing sheep. That's a fucking big parrot.
Don't bar at me.
Bar me? Bar you?
Got a passport. Headbutt sheep. Squawk.
Yeah. It'd be nice to just be able to just disappear.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck this. Let's all go to the mountains. As a species. Everyone say aye. Right, off we go.
Yeah, well, there's the thing.
They're building a fucking Starbucks there. I can't have another Starbucks.
Burn it down.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you get just old. You stop caring.
Yeah.
Just start burning stuff down.
Yeah. Be more parrot. Fuck off to the mountains.
Well, it's a real thing, though. It really is just like there's just so much stuff that I don't understand this and I don't agree with it. And I just don't want it. So why am I pretending to be nice about this? I'm talking about TikTok. Just like the dancing on TikTok. There's so much.
It's horrific.
And I know that's what it is. But there's you can't be like, no more dancing, please.
Yeah.
You just have to watch people dancing with stupid look at me dancing look on my face.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just be like, there's part of you that's like, I understand people just rolling out the hate mail.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing, but I can understand if you're forcing. If everyone's like, look at me dancing, you got to expect a lot of hating people to get in touch with you.
But it's like Instagram, isn't it? It's like, well, what are we looking at? Oh, this girl. Oh, all right, what's her talent? She's attractive.
Yeah, but you can choose not to look at it. You could be like, just don't follow.
With TikTok,
it's just like there. You're like, for God's sake, more dancing people.
Yeah.
Stop dance. I love to dance.
Yeah.
I've got grade 2 in dance.
Right.
But stop dancing on my phone, please. Backstreet's Back All Right. That's what I got it to.
Oh.
And 5.
Everybody get up.
I can't remember how it went, but
5 will make
started
you
with
get
everybody.
Down. So why get up?
Yeah. Dance. Yeah. Yeah, it was the whole thing. I think it was just my parents. But my mum was just like, "We need something to do after school." He's fucking mental.
He broke some kid with a rock. Make him turn that into dance.
Let's see what that looks like choreographed.
I mean, yeah. 5 fucking Backstreet Boys, whatever. Just stop him pulling the tails off rats.
Maybe he could be a backup dancer in the future. Yeah, I never thought about it that way, but it probably makes a lot of sense. My mum was just, I always thought my mum was just trying to be social. She just went and did things. No, it's just, somebody please deal with this kid. Oh, he's taken up sword fighting. This is going to end well. I remember, I did some martial arts and that growing up. And I remember there was a place with a sword fighting class. And I was like, oh, that could be quite fun.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was.
Vix did fencing. I think she got like a silver grade or something in that, whatever that is.
But it was some kind of katana type.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember what it was. But I remember like inquiring about it. And I think one of my parents was there. And I remember the instructor being like, oh, yeah, we go through this. And then... oh yeah, but yeah, it might not be your bag. So I can imagine like people behind me like, please don't give this kid a sword.
Yeah, no, close that door, slam that door very quickly.
Don't give him a sword, please. I did one thing, talking about blue rope from hardware stores. I can't remember the full extent of it, but something about, there was like a big twine of it, or a big like roll of it that we had in our house, and apparently it belonged to my mum's father who passed away, and that was like something that she connected with him. Well, I used it to turn the house into some kind of massive Home Alone house, and my mum nearly broke her neck falling down the stairs. So like, I remember just waking up one day and having like a very serious conversation about, why did you booby trap the house? I was like, what if bad guys came in? Good point. But still, you nearly killed your mother. Okay, I'll take him down.
So, I was worried about knives in the kitchen. Yeah. I can't leave you with rope.
With string at the end of the day.
It's just picking up things and be like, can you kill someone with this? Yeah. What about this?
I can remember I was really good at hide and seek. Yeah. And there's 2 parts of that. There's one that's like, Jesus Christ, this guy could be living in your house and you don't know it. Right. And there's the other side of like, finally some peace. Like, or the panic of like, he's in the walls again.
He's great at hide and seek. You're just standing behind a vase. It's like, oh, where's he gone? Just reading the paper.
No, I'd be like in the floorboards. I'd be inside the insulation in the walls. Be like, I mean, is it hide and seek or is this hunt or be hunted?
Yeah. I used to like messing about in carpet shops. Something about hiding in carpet shops and stuff.
I'm in a carpet.
Just huge rolls of carpet and like just gaps everywhere. You could slip between the rolls and everything. It was fun. Decent.
It was time before phones.
Oh, we're going carpet shopping?
Yeah! Hanging out the window. Yeah! Carpets are us! Carpet rights! Yeah.
In other news, a money laundering scheme in Fulham was shut down by police when they noticed a man struggling to carry bags stuffed with money from his flat to his car.
What happened? They stopped a football match?
What? No. money laundering scheme in Fulham.
All right. I read that as a football match. I don't know why. Yeah,
police were hanging out in their car and they saw this guy with 2 massive bags stuffed with money, just like...
Yeah, I think that he's got too much money. He can't... Yeah. Okay, arrest that man.
Authorities said that on June 5th, Ruslan... I can't pronounce his name, was spotted exiting the address in Fulham, southwest London, and was noticeably struggling to carry heavy bags, which he put into a nearby parked car. As they searched the apartment, revealed money laundering scheme and cash worth more than £5 million.
Just hard to cover that away.
Yeah, just in a couple of duffel bags.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
so much
but it's that dad thing, isn't it? Look, dad. I have the same thing. I'm not a dad. You want to get it all done in one trip. Carry all your shopping from the car and like all of that. You just rack up as many bags and stuff as you can. You don't want to go back and forth.
This is true. I mean, you think like conspicuousness would be part of the equation.
Yeah.
You'd be like, how can I do this without
but they
looking
said it was
like
all
I'm
like
smuggling 5 million?
spilling out of the bags and just falling all over the place. Like, just, I mean, get another bag, get a third bag, and just
take it in trips.
Or maybe just don't launder money. I mean,
what if if it's already clean money or dirty, or if you've already got the money, you've got to do something.
Get a friend.
Get a friend. Get a suitcase.
Yeah. I mean, if it hadn't been spilling out all over the street.
Yeah. To be fair, drugs were probably involved.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, construction is underway in Fitzgerald, Georgia, of a 62-foot tall statue of a chicken.
Always good to have a massive chicken.
The finished product will be a gargantuan topiary, meaning the chicken will be sculpted from living plants growing on its frame like a huge garden lattice.
That's kind of begging for a Ghostbusters 2 style resurrection, right?
Yeah, and an infestation of locusts of some kind.
Yeah, some kind of mice plague.
Yeah.
Chicken plague?
Leaders of Fitzgerald announced plans for the chicken sculpture in 2019 as a feature to bring tourists to the city of 9,000 people.
Come see our massive chicken.
Yeah, here it is. It's bigger than the town. Mayor Jim Puckett said the coronavirus pandemic caused some construction delays, and Tennessee-based artist known as Topiary Joe needed some downtime to recover from surgery. Who's going to build our 62-foot tall chicken? Well, there's only one guy for that.
There's only one super topiary artist.
Topiary Joe.
Yeah. He's having some surgery done at the moment.
First name Topiary.
Let's wait for him to recover.
His surname is Joe. Just go with it. He knows about edges and chickens.
Believe me.
Yeah.
If you don't believe me, I'll send a 62-foot chicken against you.
The Fitzgerald chicken will be taller than the famous Big Chicken in Marietta, which measures 56 feet tall.
Let's make it bigger than the big chicken, shall we?
It will also edge the tallest known dinosaur, Sauroposeidon, which stood about 59 feet tall.
Oh.
Yeah, that chicken's bigger than the biggest dinosaur.
Apparently chickens are dinosaurs, aren't they?
Yeah.
Remember that being a thing.
Is this why we came? To see that? Yeah. I'm leaving you.
The thing is, you get those... I don't know how true these are, but like there's like the world's biggest toilet in middle America somewhere, isn't
Oh,
there?
yeah.
Just
from
at
the side of a road.
Yeah, there's tourist attraction for people driving across America.
Yeah.
So I imagine there is some kind of belief in... I mean, they're building another Rio de Janeiro statue somewhere, aren't they?
I don't know.
I think it's Rio de Janeiro.
Oh, is that big Jesus on the hill?
Yeah, they're making a bigger Jesus on a bigger hill somewhere.
Right.
Just to try and get more tourists. So people who like to travel must try and find any desperate excuse to justify them visiting, right?
Yeah.
Big vegetarian chicken. Probably be on that list.
Yeah. I'll burn through things quickly because my camera's running out of battery, so we'll see how it does. North Korea have banned skinny jeans.
Oh.
Too capitalist.
Capitalist.
That's what they said. They banned skinny jeans, mullets, and spiky hair.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yep.
Capitalist punk. Punk capitalist.
We must be wary of even the slightest sign of the capitalist lifestyle and fight to get rid of them. The new fashion rules are part of the regime's crackdown on anti-socialist behaviour.
And we're starting with haircuts and jeans.
Yeah.
What about big business? No.
No haircuts. No haircuts. Yeah. Well, it starts small. Affect the culture. The communist regime has reportedly outlawed all but 15 non-socialist haircuts. and has instead issued an order on proper hairstyles. It's like a pamphlet that's gone about.
Yeah, I've heard about this, and the Jong-un guy decides what's applicable, what's a good haircut.
Right.
And I think he's got one of them, and apparently that's the most popular one in the country.
Well, yeah. It's like, well, if I just go with what he's got, then
I won't
I'll be
get
fine.
executed.
Yeah. He won't get shot by an anti-aircraft gun.